Hello. Welcome to the following presentation, Collaboratively Implementing Testing Accommodations. The Online Exam Receipt. The Disability and Access Center, DAC, implements exam and quiz instructions in the form of an online exam receipt. Our office wants to implement the exam or quiz as close to the way you do as possible. Therefore, when a student schedules with the DAC, you will receive an email containing the link to our online exam receipt. This gives you a chance to list all details pertinent to accurately proctoring an exam or quiz. However, in the event that information is not provided, our office asks the student about the omitted instructions and follows his or her recommendation. Instructors are notified of the student's recommendation when the exam or quiz is delivered to the department or picked up by the instructor. The exam or quiz and instructions. During the fall and spring semesters, we have many registered students taking exams and quizzes with our office. In order to ensure the exam or quiz is administered at the scheduled time, we ask that instructors deliver it to the DAC at least a day before the class is scheduled to take it. Why should the exam or quiz and instructions be sent at least a day in advance? If the student requires the exam or quiz to be transferred to Braille or other accessible formats, it has to be sent to the Adaptive Technology Center, ATC. Sometimes the process can take a significant amount of time. If it arrives around the scheduled start time, there will not be enough time to make it accessible, therefore denying the student an accommodation. Additionally, with qualified readers and/or writers being necessary on some exams or quizzes, having them in advance will give them time to look over it and make sure each reader and/or writer is properly prepared to proctor the exam or quiz. In an effort to improve the testing process, our office will be putting exams and quizzes in an electronic format to negate the need for readers in most cases. Transferring them into an electronic format can take some time. Therefore, we prefer all exams and quizzes to be sent to us as Microsoft Word documents. Delivering and picking up an exam or quiz. Completed exams and quizzes may be delivered to the instructor's department. Upon delivery, a departmental representative, usually a secretary, signs the exam receipt and receives the completed packet. If it is more convenient, the instructor can mark the exam or quiz as pickup. The instructor, or whoever the instructor designates, signs the exam receipt and receives the completed packet. The confidentiality of the student and the security of the instructor's exam or quiz are our priorities. We will never leave an exam or quiz if someone is not there to sign for it. Therefore, sliding it under an office door or putting it in a mailbox ourselves is unfortunately not something we will be able to do. Occasionally, a blank exam or quiz may be delivered to your department. This occurs most often because the student violated the 10-minute grace period. The 10-minute grace period. Students have a 10-minute window from the time the exam or quiz is scheduled to start to begin testing. If the student does not arrive before the 10-minute window closes, the exam or quiz is canceled and it is delivered to the appropriate department. The DAC consulted 25 faculty members from different departments who volunteered to be liaisons concerning updating and rewriting policies within our office. Some instructors had a late policy and others did not. Ultimately, 10 minutes was the agreed upon amount of time as a middle ground for how late a student could be and still take their scheduled exam or quiz. Allowing a student to start late can have the following consequences. If the student is in a room with other students, those students are being disrupted and a reduced distraction environment is not being provided. Allowing the student to begin testing late also creates a risk of academic dishonesty. Students who show up to an exam or quiz late would in theory have time to converse with a student who took it with the rest of the class and find out information about it before their scheduled time. Additionally, a student who is taking the exam or quiz at the same date and time as the rest of the class who shows up late to test is receiving additional study time the class did not receive. Thank you for taking the time to view our presentation. For more information on the Disability and Access Center, please visit our website at mtsu.edu/DAC.